Tonight we have the best community college sports rivalry in the Central Coast. We have not just one, but two games between the Cuesta Cougars and Allan Hancock Bulldogs in Stark Gymnasium here in Slowtown on Cuesta HTTV. Hi everybody, this is Max Mylander, pinch hitting if you will. Usually you can find me broadcasting many events at Cal Poly, but I'm over here tonight to get you set for these matchups alongside my color analyst, Allan Fay. Very nice to have you here, Allan. Looking at this upcoming matchup with Cuesta and Allan Hancock, what do you believe is going to be one of the biggest keys to this rivalry looking at some of the matchups here?
From the looks of it, it would seem that the three-point line is definitely going to be a factor. A lot of plays, especially at this level of play, revolve around the three-point line and shooting from behind it. So we'll see where that gets these teams.
Again, we have the men's basketball match between the Cougars and Bulldogs in a few minutes. Then the women's matchup gets underway later at 7 o'clock. This is potentially a big night, by the way, for the Cougars' 27th year head coach, Rusty Blair, the only head coach Cuesta has ever had. If he wins tonight, he'll get his 500th career win leading the program, and he's got a great shot. Cuesta's got a great team this year with a 15-7 overall record, even though the Cougars are just 2-2 in the WC North standings. They will have their work cut out for them, though, because Allan Hancock is no slouch of a team themselves. 18-4 overall. They've blown out most of the teams they have beaten. They have won 8 of their last 10. Their record in the WSC North is 3-1. So we'll try to get you the starting lineups if we can. They're just starting the introductions right now, as I realize. So over on the Cuesta side, at the very least, this is a bit of a learning curve probably for both of us. So we've got Jorge Bueno, it looks like, 6-foot sophomore out of Madrid, Spain. Most of the guys on Cuesta's team this year, by the way, are from foreign countries. 5 players from Spain alone. Then we have Joshua Wilson Murray, who's a 6'2 sophomore out of Paso Robles. Alexander Fancini, you'll be hearing his name quite a bit. He's a 5'11 freshman, and he leads Cuesta in scoring with 17.4 points a contest. That is 8th in the WSC. And it's Iker Cruz as well, down low, 6'5 sophomore from Mirabal. And then 5th and final starter is Alexander Karras, who is a 6'4 freshman from Gothenburg, Sweden. As for Allan Hancock, the starters for them, Spirit Ricks is their leading scorer, 6'7 sophomore from Patterson, California. Down low, Trenton Mitchell, who is a 6'6 sophomore from Visalia, California. Gabriel Sadonikas, who is a 6'5 sophomore from Santa Maria. And then we have Glenn Jordan, a 6'1 sophomore from Tacoma, Washington, and Grant Johnson, a 6'1 freshman from Bakersfield. So we're about to tip it off, beginning the first half, and Hancock easily controls it. It's tipped back to Grant Johnson, and he will run the offense for the Bulldogs starting out.
From the looks of it, it seems like the Bulldogs do have a height advantage in terms of their players.
Absolutely.
Most of their players all seem to be above 6 foot, which is quite impressive.
Mitchell dribbling inside, stops left elbow, shot clock's down to 7. Jordan just recovers against a double team.
A lot of pressure.
Left elbow jumper on the way, miss by Mitchell. And then we have a loose ball foul called underneath the basket. It is on Hancock, and that will go on Trenton Mitchell. That is his first and the first team foul of the game. A few of the Hancock fans making the trip up north can't believe the call. Neither can the bench. Now we got to press. Bueno trying to inbound it for the Cougars.
A lot of press coming back here.
Over the half-court line is Cruz. Wilson Murray dribbling to the free throw line. Cuesta will try to set up the offense now. No score yet here, very early on. And we got a foul called out near half court, right on the ball. So the official is calling it close to start out. This is on Spirit Ricks. That is his first. And the second team foul ready for Allan Hancock. Fouls could be a bit of an equation later on. Ricks, by the way, leads the team with 11.5 points a game. Because of all the blowouts, not a lot of the Hancock players have played extensive minutes for their averages. So we'll see how close Cuesta can stay with them very early on. That's a nice drive down low by Fancini, even though he missed it off the basket. Great effort.
Something I'm noticing about the Bulldogs is how aggressively they're playing on defense. They seem to be pressuring the Cougars at every point they can get.
Jordan, bounce pass out to the corner to Johnson. Down low to Ricks. Double team, gets out of it. And now a blocking foul is called. Again, right on the ball. This is the first one on the Cougars. It is on Cruz for his first and the first team foul for Cuesta.
That's the thing about playing on defense. As a former player myself, if you even touch the offensive player, they will call you for a foul.
Shot clock's at 20. Goes down to the right block. They can't get it into Ricks cleanly, but somehow they get out of it. And a nice jam by Mitchell. Count the bucket, and they're going to wave it off. Offensive foul. Travel, excuse me. They are waving it out for traveling.
One of the things about this full court press is it's kind of a risk-reward type of thing. You put most of your guys up front and you leave the back entirely exposed. There have been points in a game where you see Hail Mary passes just go from the baseline to 3/4 of the court.
Wilson Murray, Trent drive baseline, fadeaway jumper though is a swish. And the Cougars do indeed have the first bucket of the game. Joshua Wilson Murray makes it 2-0 Cougars, 18-16 left in the first half. Great form on that shot too, Alden.
Yeah. So
there's Jordan for Allan Hancock. Now to Mitchell. Shot clock's down to 10 once again. Jordan can't get it past the free throw line, but Mitchell's there to help him out. There's a nice baby hook, but it misses way too hard. Wilson Murray with a rebound for Cuesta. Now inside. Good kick out to Karras. Now to Fancini. Cruz, left block. Mid-range jumper is also falling down for him. 4-0 Cuesta. Great start for the home side.
Seems like a lot of their shots have been coming from the baseline, at least both of their made shots anyway.
It also seems like some of the drives are cut off. The defense is strong on both ends here so far.
Yeah.
Sadonikis now trying his luck driving in. Almost got it to go off the glass. And then it's picked up with a rebound by Cruz. Good box out on the Cuesta side. 3 for Fancini. That's good as well.
There we go. 3-pointers coming into play immediately.
Well, Fancini certainly takes a lot of them for the year.
Yeah.
44% from 3. It's 7th in the WSC. 64 made threes on the year. 7-0 Cuesta.
Looks like we got some subs coming in early from
well, no surprise. Six-year head coach Tyson Nye is going to try his luck with changing a few things around to see if the Bulldogs can start scoring. Meanwhile, we've got a foul on Cuesta. And it's on Karras. That is his first. Second team foul, both teams with 2 team fouls each. So we'll see what it'll take for Allan Hancock to get on the scoreboard. Jordan muscling down. It's a kick out to Diego Lucas off the bench, and that floater, sure enough, is Hancock's first basket. Fancini through traffic. Cruz open, corner 3.
Another shot coming in from the corner.
5 early points for Cruz, leading all scorers. 10-2 Cuesta.
One of the things you'll see about the defense from both sides is kind of the way they compare.
Almost a steal by Fancini right there. Complaining a bit, but it looks like he got a little bit of the arm.
Contradicting what I'm about to say, the Cougars seem to be a bit more tactical in their defense while the Bulldogs are a bit more aggressive.
So that's the first on Fancini, third team foul for Cuesta. Mitchell now sits down for Allan Hancock. Ricks, long pass intercepted by Karras. Nice sharing the ball, and Karras wide open 3, and a timeout has to be called by Hancock. Cuesta basically hitting everything they're getting right now.
One of the first things they told me when I played it when I played in middle school was you don't go for those cross-court passes because they will get stolen. And that is a prime example, and it costs them 3 points.
Terrific transition bucket by Karras on the 3. It's Cuesta 13, Allan Hancock 2, 15:41 left in the first half, and you are watching Cuesta men's basketball on Cuesta HDTV.
another thing to note: 3 fouls already, and they're only a quarter. We're only a quarter of the way through the first half. How many is I forget my numbers all the time. Is it 6? How many is it for the bonus?
You're totally fine. So the way this works
So
at this level is you go up to 7, and you get to the single bonus, which is the 1-and-1 situation.
Yeah.
And then you get to 10. That's the double bonus for 2 free throws automatically for any foul on the defensive end.
Yeah, and there seems that Cuesta's got 3 fouls already. And if they keep fouling, they have the possibility to give a lot of points away, and that is not something you want to do. You don't give away points.
Of course, the bright side is the early 11-point lead.
That is
a huge start for Cuesta here at home against an Allan Hancock team that has gotten used to blowing everybody out. Now they're down by 11, looking for some answers. They've already had to call a timeout very early. So see what Coach I drew up. As Ricks muscles in, he misses that one badly off the glass, and easy pickings for Wilson Murray. Trying to be a little fancy with the dribbling there. Was lucky to hold on to that.
Trying to thread the needle. That is for sewing, my guy.
Bueno around some pressure. Kicks it out. Karras tries the right short corner jumper, but that is off the back iron, and the rebound's collected by Riddick for Allan Hancock. Nice look underneath the basket. That is going to be tipped off of Cuesta last as Wilson Murray got in late to stop what would have been a fast break bucket underneath. So Will Silman comes in off the bench for the Bulldogs. He is a 6'5" freshman for Arroyo Grande, replacing Spirit Ricks. So Ricks still has yet to score. The only player who has scored so far for Allan Hancock is Diego Lucas's mid-range floater in the middle of the key. That's been it. Cuesta, meanwhile, has gotten 3 3-pointers to go down.
If Allan Hancock wants to get into the game, they're going to need to start building up some momentum quickly. Otherwise, there will be a blowout.
Cuesta's defense, very, very strong early. Hard to break down. Lucas getting it out to Jordan, almost had it picked off. Shot clock's all the way down to 4. And a nice job by Jordan to improvise and get a bucket underneath, off the glass.
Going back to the full court press.
Why not if you're down by 9? But a big bucket nonetheless by the visiting team. Cuesta does a great job of breaking out of it, though. Wilson Murray outside shot. Long 2 misses. Picked up again on the rebound by Riddick. Jordan's drive cutting off, and now the play is called out.
Defense coming from the crowd.
This is great noise from a crowd of about 100 or so. Another nice lay-in by Lucas.
Hey, remember about 2 minutes ago when I was talking about momentum? This might be it.
Oh, you get a couple of easy lay-ins like that and cut the lead down to 7. Everything can start building from here. This might be a big possession for the Cougars on offense now.
Oh, that was interesting.
Banchini was lucky to get out of that one without any fouls or turnovers. Wilson Murray now needs help. Banchini trying to bail him out. Tough shot.
Wow.
Easy block by Riddick. He's got the height, 6'9".
Yeah, it didn't even look like he had to jump all that much.
Not only that, but Riddick for the year, 73% from the field. That is not a typo. That is first in the WSC, and with his height at 6'9", he's one of the tallest players in the conference.
I'm sorry, what was that set again?
73% for Riddick. I'm not joking. It's right here in front of me.
I'm going to need to see the paper for this. That is ridiculous, my guy.
So the shot clock is down to about 3, and Lucas's 3 misses. Rebound is collected by Bueno for Cuesta. If they can start feeding Riddick the ball down low on the other side, this could get interesting later, but they haven't found him yet, the Allan Hancock offense. Karras will take it along with the rest of the Cougars, and he's fouled underneath on the right block. And he'll go to the line for 2. These will be the first 2 free throws of the game.
It almost seemed as if he was going up looking to get fouled, and that is often the case when it comes to those high-pressure situations down in near the paint.
They'll call it on Mike Mensa. That is his first and the 3rd team foul. 2 shots for Karras. He averages 11 points a game on the year. 76% foul shooter, 19 of 25 from the line this season.
11 points may not sound like much to those who listen to the NBA and hear all these massive numbers like 40 or whatever. But in terms of college basketball, 11 points per game is nothing to scoff at.
No, especially at this level where sometimes you have an emphasis on defense, and Karras ends up making a pair at the line. A couple swishes makes it look very easy. 15-6, Cuesta. 12:38 left in the first half. Allan Hancock's already had to call a timeout because of a 13-2 Cuesta run to open the game, but there was another nice lay-in, almost a little too easy for Cuesta's defense to be allowing. 6 points by Lucas, all on layups, and now Cuesta almost turns it over trying to break the press. They'll keep the ball, though, with 26 seconds left in the shot clock as Ricks is back in, one of the starters, replacing Silman.
Hancock is making a lot of substitutions. It seems like they're trying to rely on fresh bodies, whereas Cuesta is more focusing on their talent.
Something they're also used to. They recently blew out Santa Barbara, and Allan Hancock in that game ended up using 14 players. None of them played over 20 minutes.
Wow.
That was a 88-53 final. And Hancock's defense definitely getting more confidence as Cruz couldn't hold on to the ball.
You put on enough pressure to the opposing team, they will make mistakes.
Still a 7-point Cougars lead.
For three.
Ricks tries a three, and that is good here. Just like that, it's down to a 2-possession game, and it's a 9-2 Allan Hancock run off of that timeout.
Grant Johnson, that number 2 for Hancock, is working his butt off trying to get that full court press going. He has got to be spending a lot of time on the treadmill with the
3 on 2 if they hurry, and sure enough, that is a nice lay-in by Ricks underneath, and a timeout will be called by Cuesta and 27th-year head coach Rusty Blair. Again, this is now an 11-2 Hancock run. So it's Cuesta 15, Allan Hancock 13, 11:34 remains in the first half. And you're watching Cuesta men's basketball on Cuesta HDTV.
Cuesta starting off with some early momentum with that 13-2 run, but Allan Hancock coming right back at him with an 11-2 run to nearly tied up.
Well, a lot of it, from my perspective, comes from the lay-ins underneath.
Yeah.
What do you believe that Cuesta needs to do all in order to cut that off?
They need to focus more on some of that paint defense because they are very loose on defense. One of the things you notice with Allan Hancock is they are very aggressive. They don't allow Cuesta to move the ball in very much. A lot of Cuesta's points has just come off of fast break opportunities as opposed to just straight up offense defense.
Well, no surprise, the Bulldogs
example of that right here.
The Bulldogs were sticking to their full court pressure, and they get a turnover out of it in Cuesta's backcourt, and now they'll set up the offense. 3 would take the lead right here, and a foul before the shot. 2 free throws should be coming. They'll call it on Fanchini. That is his second.
Chance to tie it up here.
With a 2-point basket, yes. Or the free throws if he makes both of them. So Grant Johnson will go to the line for 2. 7 points a game for Johnson, and he shoots 83% from the foul line. Has only missed 4 free throws all season, 19 of 23.
That's one of the things that's surprisingly important in basketball are those free throw points. They are, as they say, free throws, 3 points. You got to make those.
Absolutely. Quite a few broadcasters throughout the years have been known for similar phrasing, and Johnson ends up missing that one off the front of the iron.
Yeah, they typically don't stutter as much, though.
You could also argue that the free throws become even more crucial as the game goes on, especially in the fourth quarter, if you've got a close game. And we got one right now. Believe it or not, after a 13-2 Cuesta start, it's just a 1-point Cougar lead up 15-14. There's a 3 from Wilson Murray. Big basket for Cuesta. 5 points for Joshua Wilson Murray.
Sorry, stuttering's contagious, my friend.
It's okay. I will get through it. We both will.
We will endure.
Nice pass underneath to Thomas.
Down low, the big man.
Tassin Thomas with his first basket getting rewarded.
6'7", 245. That man is a unit.
That he is.
I feel bad for the other guy who has to guard him.
Wilson Murray up top.
Long
two, and fouled on the shot. Ricks will disagree. He's not happy. That is his second.
Some people in the crowd also disagree. Seems to.
And they're going to say that Wilson Murray was outside the arc, and this will be 3 free throws.
Wow.
First I thought he was inside, but what do I know?
Oh.
And Wilson Murray mad at himself for missing the first.
We do not have the luxury of instant replay here. Some discussion amongst the referees and the coaches.
See, it looks like Hancock's coach, I thought it was a 2-point basket, and now he's telling the referees that, hey, listen, you might only have to give him 2 free throws, and they're trying to get a conversation going with all 3 of the referees. So we'll find out in just a moment.
There we go.
They resolved it. So I was initially correct. Okay.
Hey,
so
good.
it is just
I do not
2
have to get
shots.
My eyes checked. My eyes are just fine, thank God.
Credit to the officials for getting it right and coming together at least. So Wilson Murray makes the second of 2. He splits a pair. And it's Cuesta 19, Allan Hancock 16, the score with 10:21 left before halftime. Still a long ways to go here in the half. Jordan on the right wing for the Bulldogs. Bounce pass to Mitchell. Try to drive inside. Foul is called. Offensive foul is on Mitchell. That is his second and the 15th foul for Allan Hancock. See if Cuesta has any better luck breaking the press. They broke it pretty well in the first few minutes. The driving is Giroud. Nice kick out to Murray for 3. Wilson Murray making it rain, and once again from downtown, his second of the game. It's a 6-point lead for the Cougars. They have led the entire way. Wilson Murray also leading all scorers with 9 points. Sadonikas couldn't get anything going with that drive. Jordan will now try his luck. He has to backpedal as well. Shot clock's down to 10. Another play is called, running out of time here.
They got to do something. They got to do it now.
2 seconds.
Throw
out to Johnson. Can he beat it?
Wow.
That does count.
Trying to get a foul, but not getting it from the ref.
A good awareness by Grant Johnson. That's his first field goal. Lead's cut in half, and another turnover as Cuesta cannot break the press that time either.
You know, I was just about to say something about how Hancock's pressure has only worked once, but now it has only worked twice. Still, despite the fact of it not always working, it is still an immense pain in the rear to just have to deal with constantly. You're just trying to go up the court, do your business, but someone is always on you, and that is incredibly annoying for the Cuesta offense.
Hancock making 3 substitutes in the break. Jordan's still on. Again getting down traffic, misses the lay-in. Cuesta cannot corral the board, and that'll turn into a second chance opportunity for Allan Hancock. New shot clock. This is Silman underneath the basket. He just checked in. So did Xavier Cooper, who's in for the first time. And we got a foul before an inbound. It's an offensive foul on Johnson. That is his first, 6th team foul for the Bulldogs. Now Cuesta's just 1 foul away from the single bonus. But first they have to break the press. Karras. And now Bueno looks like he will finally get it across the line. He does. Bueno holding on. The whistle's a bit late, but it appears to be the right call. It's on Cooper for his first, and this is the 7th team foul, so we will have the 1+1.
Fouls coming in early already with 8 minutes left. More team fouls means more free throw opportunities, which could lead to more points, and will also then lead to Cuesta pulling ahead. But you got to But
Yeah.
in order for those free throws to mean anything, you got to make them.
Sure enough, on the other end, that's a nice
Swatted.
block. That is a great block underneath the basket by Dakota Saunders for Cuesta, who just came in. Wilson Murray, shot blocked again by Riddick. Who else?
That
In
kind
the
of looked
6'9"
like a
frame.
travel. I'm going to be honest with you.
That is a nice finger roll, but there's no basket. Coach I not happy with that one.
What is that sign?
You gotta be kidding me. Let's go, Blue. Let's go, Blue.
So this is on Bueno on the ground, they say, for his first and the 5th team foul. They're going to try to reset, I believe, the shot clock, and Coach I is still trying to plead his case.
What was the call on that last play? I couldn't tell.
Well, the call was on Cuesta defensively, but it was before the shot. Coach I wanted an and one, which is a basket and an extra free throw, but he did not get any sort of free throw or a make on the basket, and now on the inbound, they say it hit Cuesta. That's interesting, but of course the officials have the best view of everybody here.
Yeah, we just got a desk here. We're not up close and personal the way the refs are.
This is just me personally. I don't even know if I'd want to be a referee. It takes a certain type of person, a certain type of personality, if you will. That's a lot of contact by Wilson Murray, and Giroux recovers. Count the bucket and the foul there.
A lot of contact, a lot of stepping. That was quite the Euro step there. Almost looked like a travel, but refs seem to be less keen to call traveling at the higher level of play.
That's the second on Karras, and the 6th team foul. Now the Bulldogs are one foul away from the single bonus here, too.
There are vids of some of the professional players. It's professional, NBA level, and they're taking literally 14 steps. They counted them because they're just like kind of walking in place. They counted like 14 steps or something. It's ridiculous.
Hey.
It's also incredibly funny.
The one sub checking in for both teams. Cruz is back on, replacing Wilson Murray for Cuesta, and for Hancock, Johnson has checked out, and Sadonikas is back in. This is for the tie, and it's a miss at the line by Cooper. Would have converted a three-point play, but instead Cuesta still leads 22-21 with 7:53 left in the first half. Cuesta's led the entire way, had a 13-2 start. Riddick with a nice steal. Can the big man go down? No, he's got it stripped away by Bueno. Wilson Murray a three. Almost. And you see the amazing vertical by Riddick.
Yeah,
catching it near the rim.
I almost thought he was going to dunk it in for him for a second. Then I remembered
he's better than that. He's better than that.
That is the incorrect team.
Cooper bounced past to Riddick. Nice feed, but he can't drop it underneath. Saunders with a board for Cuesta.
2-on-1 situation.
Wilson Murray, nice take, but it won't go. Riddick again a board down low. And a great outlet to Mensah. Blocked by Cruz. Off of him last, but at the very least, Cuesta did stop the fast break there. They'll bring in Oscar Gonzalez.
One of the results of Hancock's full court press is fast break opportunities. You have a lot of passing, a lot of guys moving around every which way. You're going to get a lot of fast break opportunities, which could lead to quick points for either your team or the opponent's team.
Credit to Riddick getting back on defense for Hancock on the last possession defensively for the Bulldogs as well. Three for the lead up by Cooper. That misses. Giroux dribbling. Nice bounce pass to Bueno. Wide open, but he can't convert that either off the front of the iron. Again, another chance for Allan Hancock to claim their first lead of the night. Cooper needs help. Gets it out to Riddick. Now the big man needs some more help. Cuts it out to Cooper. Now to Mensah. Shot clock's at 7. Free throw line jumpers and air ball.
Getting a little physical.
Sadonikas. Shot clock never reset to beat the buzzer. It's Cooper. That's off the glass and the back of the iron. Bueno going to work against Cooper. Can't find Saunders.
Finds an
but
opening.
now he finds an opening. There's a nice lay-in by Bueno in his first bucket. Crucial basket for Cuesta. Up 24-21, less than 6 minutes left before the end of the first half. Cooper with a hand in his face. Dishes it out. Here's a three. It's off of the left of the rim.
Another fast break opportunity.
2-on-1, nice bounce pass, and they will call goaltending. Riddick a bit late and hit the backboard first. Easy call.
Goaltending. That's not a call you hear very often.
The basket will count, and Cuesta's lead up to 5. Mitchell Lallier is in for the first time on Allan Hancock's side on the left corner. Fake by Sadonikas trying to drive in, blocking foul, and the referees say that Gonzalez's feet were not set. So that'll be his first.
Gonzalez looked like he disagreed. Thing about trying to get a charge is you have to have 2 feet planted on the ground, and if you want to guarantee a call, you got to be planted there for a good solid second or half second or so. If you move there and you're still moving, even if it's just a little bit, and they hit you, that's going to be blocking.
Sadonikas makes the first on the 1-on-1 situation. 6'5" sophomore out of Santa Maria, California. Six and a half points per game. And the second one rattles in. 26-23 Cuesta.
5 minutes left in the half.
Bueno's faced a lot of pressure in the middle of the court tonight. Giroux nowhere to go, free throw line. Bueno's got to call it another play.
They're trying to get something set up here.
10 on the shot clock. We've got a foul away from the ball. The bailout for Cuesta on offense. And that'll go on Lucas for the Bulldogs. His first and the 8th team foul. It's 1-on-1 for Iker Cruz. 5 points on the night for him. This will be his first trip to the foul line.
The thing about Hancock's aggressive defense is, while it is aggressive and is very good at getting the ball, there is the risk of fouls. And when you get into the bonus areas and you foul anyone, that's a chance for free points.
We'll get the verdict on this as they're wiping out. It looks like there was either a foul call or a lane violation on Allan Hancock. It was a foul. And it's on Tassin Thomas. His first 9th team foul. That was on the boxed out attempt on the missed free throw.
Another team foul.
So since Saunders was fouled, now he goes to the line for 1-on-1.
One more team foul and it's double bonus.
First free throw miss. Nice offensive rebound. Another foul. Loose ball foul on Lallier. It's his first, double bonus. And 2 free throws will be coming up for Gonzalez. This is not making Coach I that happy.
3 team fouls in the span of 15 game seconds.
Exactly. And he's not agreeing with the call, but from a coach's perspective, it's still not something you want to see, as your players constantly fouling, trying to box players out. And this time the free throw goes down off of Gonzalez. This is his first point of the night.
If they keep this up, fouling out might become an issue for the Bulldogs, although they have been subbing in a lot of players, so I don't really see that as much of an issue going forward.
There are only 2 Allan Hancock players with 2 fouls. It's Mitchell and Ricks. So that hasn't necessarily been the problem, but the foul numbers in and of itself might become a factor.
That is definitely not only a factor, but an issue for the Bulldogs.
Gonzalez split a pair. Now we have a foul on Cuesta on the opposite end, and this is on Cruz for his second. That is the 8th team foul. Now we'll have 1-on-1. For the Bulldogs, this will be Thomas at the free throw line. And Wilson Murray is back in. You gotta have to love the aggressiveness in this game by Wilson Murray. with the 9 points to lead all scorers. 2 made threes. Not afraid to take the outside bomb. And Thomas makes the first of what will now be 2 at the line. So if he makes the second, it would cut the Cuesta lead in half. Cougars have led the entire way. They started out the game with a 13-2 run. Hancock came back with an 11-2 run as that goes around and out. And then ever since then, it's been pretty close, but Cuesta's kept the lead nonetheless. And this against a lot of pressure from the Hancock's defense, which has done a great job forcing turnovers on the press.
Trying to body him up top.
Hancock trying a 2-3 zone. Saunders down low, nice move. Misses off the glass. And it's corralled by Thomas. Three would tie it for Hancock in this possession. Almost lost it, Lallier, but Sadonikas helps him out. It's to Lucas. Shot clock's down to 10. Another play called out. 6 to shoot. Lucas starting a drive, tough shot, and he misses it short. Wilson Murray picks the board for Cuesta. Gonzalez spinning through traffic. Giroux misses from the left elbow. Picked up by Thomas for Hancock.
The 2 point guards for the opposing teams, Laie and Bueno, are going at it up top.
It's an intriguing matchup to watch. I would agree with you on that.
Amazing how you got that out of silence.
Lallier ends up drawing a foul underneath the basket, and
trying to practice his box jumps, it would seem.
Yeah, that was after the whistle. Why not, though?
Seemed a little extraneous.
Thomas now goes back to the bench. Riddick is back in. And the foul for Cuesta is on Giroux. That is his first and the 9th team foul for Cuesta in the half. Around and out is the 1-and-1 by Lallier, so Cuesta picks up the easy board. Still ahead by 3 points, less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Wilson Murray lost the space, nice challenge, but Riddick accepted it and blocked a shot.
Wilson Murray did not agree with that call by the refs. Or
travel with the ball, though, you go the other way, and Bulldogs will hustle in Grant Johnson replacing Lallier. Should see this press a lot in the second half.
One-on-one.
But 2-on-1, very easy for Wilson Murray, except for the Riddick block shot. Gonzalez picks it up, though.
Had an open
Wilson
shot.
Murray for 3 from the left corner. Misses short. Sadonikas on the run. Ball loose. And then they say that Mensah stepped out of bounds for Allan Hancock. Possession will go to Cuesta. And we'll go to
30
a
seconds.
timeout for Allan Hancock.
Only 30 seconds, though.
So we'll stay right here like we have been. Again, this is Cuesta 27, Allan Hancock 24. 2:21 is what remains in the first half. Again, you're listening to Cuesta HTTV. It's glad to have you along. This is Max Meilander pinch hitting here, and I have Alden Fay alongside. It's been great so far, Alden. We've seen a lot of interesting phases in the game. First we had the big Cuesta run, then we had the Hancock run to cut it down, and now it's been a bit back and forth with both teams fouling quite a bit, and now it's cleaned up.
Both teams are in double bonus territory. With Cuesta has 9 fouls, and Allan Hancock has 10. So next foul for Cuesta will put them in double bonus territory, which will allow Hancock a lot more opportunities at points. Another.
Riddick might block the shot, and that's what he does.
Fakes it.
That's what he's done on both of the last 2 presses. Wilson Murray cutting in. Riddick again with the pressure. Gonzalez picks it up, though, but he can't convert the lay-in either.
Oh.
And Riddick might be hurt. He's limping down the court.
That.
Well, underneath on the other end.
He definitely hurt something. I'm not sure
Mensah just drew a foul, and Riddick is going to try to shake it off for now. So both teams will now be in the double bonus for the last 156 of the first half. And this is the second on Giroux for Cuesta. Cuesta has 3 players with 2 fouls each, as Mensa switches the first. Jordan will be coming on for Johnson for Allan Hancock.
Riddick electing to stay in and play through the pain.
Oh, you have to respect that on his side. So
impressive.
now Cuesta has 4 players with 2 fouls each. It's Fancini, Giroux, Karras, and Cruz. Second free throw misses. An easy board for Saunders. Giroux's directing traffic against this zone. His drive stopped, and that's a nice turnover by Mensa on the perimeter. 3-on-1. Down low, Jordan, count the bucket and the foul. Fast break basketball at its best right there. Gonzalez mad at himself.
Jorge Bueno has had some pressure on him pretty much this entire time. Anytime he gets the ball, someone will be on him and up in his face, and that is going to lead to turnovers and mistakes.
3 fouls on Matthew Giroux off the bench. Now it's tied at 27. Allan Hancock could take its first lead, but they don't. Will not stay for Glenn Jordan at the line. 27 all still, 1:25 left in half number 1. Bueno has it denied by Riddick. It's out of bounds to Cuesta. Shot clock's at 19. Giroux with the 3 fouls is checked out. Replacing him is Guillermo Garcia, who is in for the first time tonight.
Riddick walking it off and using his height and his length of his arms. It looks like an alien almost. Look at this. You see his arms? They go down to like his thighs.
A very impressive wingspan. We don't have the exact wingspan on us, but I would agree. We've got a foul away from the ball, by the way.
We don't get those statistics.
Right.
We're not allowed those statistics out here in Cuesta.
Correction, him actually might have been just a 5-second violation on Cuesta trying to inbound it. Sadonikas, pass tipped, falls into the hands of Saunders for Cuesta. Can the Cougars get the lead back with a bucket?
1 minute left on the clock. I gotta make something happen.
Garcia, out to Bueno. Shot clock's at 10, long 2. Misses off the front iron. Another rebound by Riddick.
You'll notice Riddick is still slightly limping.
Ooh, and Saunders follows that up with a block on his end. That's terrific. He's right on Riddick. That is a great matchup down low, and that's basically Saunders saying, you can do that, I can probably do it better. 22 still in the shot clock for Hancock. It's about a 14-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock on this possession.
One shot, spread it.
The inbound is a clean one. And this is Lucas up top for Hancock.
Waiting for the shot clock, waiting for something to happen.
It's down to 6. He's trying to minimize the possession here, but he's got to hurry. Now it's down to 2.
They got to throw something
for Jordan.
up.
Lay in to beat the buzzer.
No more shot clock.
He got it by a thread. 6 left, and Hancock has its first lead, 29-27. 3 seconds. 2, 1. A 3 for Garcia.
Whiffed entirely on the buzzer beater.
That was a nice momentum possession for Allan Hancock to close out the first half. A lay-in to beat the buzzer by Glenn Jordan. It gives Hancock its first lead. And now we'll go into the locker room, for at least both of the teams will, and we'll stay right here for the moment. And it's Hancock 29, Cuesta 27. Entertaining first half and a lot more to come. Remember, this is just the first of 2 games.
Yeah.
So
got the women's game coming up right after this.
We do. It's at 7 o'clock, and again, it'll be...
Well, it's supposed to be at 7 o'clock. Depending on how long this game goes, it could be longer.
We'll give them the benefit of the doubt for right now.
Yeah, no, this game's going to take 2 hours. That makes sense.
So at the moment, Alden, we don't have a lot of stats on us, but for the ones we do have, Cuesta was ahead again for the huge majority of the first half. Josh Wilson-Murray leading all scorers with 9 points. For Allan Hancock, definitely JT Riddick's blocks to end the first half. That was one of the big stories. And then we had Diego Lucas's lay-ins for 6 points. It's actually pretty balanced scoring by Allan Hancock. It's 6 for Lucas right here, 5 for Spirit Ricks early in the game. Glenn Jordan with 4 points, Grant Johnson with 4 points. Another example of how much depth the Bulldogs have. They're 18-4 overall, definitely having a lot of players play some key roles here.
Yeah, the Bulldogs do seem to be relying on their depth. One of the things that I've noticed was the Bulldogs constantly subbing in other people. They're constantly having more fresh people going onto the court, and the Cuesta team is not getting that same sort of rotation. They're probably pretty tired at this point in time, especially with that Bulldogs full court press. Anyone who had the ball would have one person on them, and within the span of 3 seconds, one other person would get on them, and it's just constant pressure on the point guards for Cuesta.
Again, this is unofficial, but I'm counting about 4 or 5 turnovers that Hancock forced on the full court press.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and take a quick break right here. Again, it's Allan Hancock 29, Cuesta 27 at the half. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Cuesta Men's Basketball on Cuesta HDTV.
Cuesta.edu. Television, radio, broadcast, communications. Explore the world of digital communication and tap into your creative genius. Television, radio, broadcast, communications.
This is your boy, the DUI, and you're listening to KGUR.org.
Your digital future is at Cuesta College right now. Log on to Cuesta.edu now for enrollment dates and class information.
Don't get the boom in the shot. Blown it, bro.
Cuesta.edu.
They gotta break that full court press. Anytime anybody had a ball behind the half court line, someone was on them, and then, like I said before the half went out, that someone got the ball, someone would go on them, and within a few seconds they'd be cornered.
Of course, Cuesta was successful at times breaking the press, but it definitely wasn't consistent. There was about 3 or 4 turnovers unofficially that Allan Hancock ended up forcing in the first half, and they got some easy buckets out of some of those turnovers, not all of them, but you have to go back at the moment to that buzzer-beating lay-in that Glenn Jordan got near the end of the first half that gave Hancock its first lead. Of course, that is the difference right now, and you have to think that the first few minutes for Cuesta will be crucial coming out of the locker room to try to get some shots down and, again, continue to make it close and try to hang around with this very deep, talented Hancock program.
I do think that Hancock does have the momentum at this moment, what with the buzzer beater layup and the great defense going the other direction, forcing Cuesta to completely whiff their shot.
Well, the good news for Cuesta is that they will start with the ball to begin the second half, which is now underway. 2 would tie it back up, and a 3 would take the lead. Nice drive by Karras and a good kick out to Fancini for 3.
Well,
nice shot. 6 points for Fancini. He had a little of early foul trouble, didn't play most of the first half, and now Cuesta has the lead back 30-29.
Well, you know what they say. You talk about three-pointers and somebody will make them. That's how the saying goes, right?
I believe that's how it goes, yes. So Lucas swings it around to Mensah for Hancock. Mensah can also score at times, but Mensah ended up throwing it away, trying to find Riddick down low. That's miscommunication. And there it is again. Full court pressure for the Bulldogs. That time they break it nicely. That's what they were doing a bit early in the game.
I think Rusty Blair in the locker room might have talked to them about how to break that full court press, because in the early parts of the game it seemed like they didn't know what to do.
Nice shot by Cruz from the right short corner. And right out of the locker room, Cuesta's on a 5-0 run to open the second half, up by 3 points. Mensah cutting in down low, nice take. Misses it off the left of the iron, but an offensive rebound by Riddick, new shot clock, poked away from behind by Fancini, out of bounds to the Bulldogs right here. 27 on the shot clock. Jordan, he had the buzzer-beating lay-in to close out the first half, now up top with the ball. It is Lucas driving in. Sadonikas, the offensive foul. That is a charge drawn by Fancini. And Sadonikas picks up his first. That is the first team foul of the second half. Hancock still has not scored yet in the half.
Fast break. Was a fast break.
Was a fast break because Hancock got back very quickly. Credit to them.
Great hustle on their part.
Fancini thought about the three. Now he takes it, and it goes down again. They're actually going to say it's a long two. So that's 8 points by Fancini. Cuesta's largest lead of the game has been 11 points. That was a 13-2 lead early in the first half to start off the game. They try to lob to Riddick. Riddick puts it down on the floor.
Seemed like they were going
and
for the
that is a
alley-oop
late
there.
whistle. But they call it underneath on Cuesta. It'll be on Iker Cruz. That is his third. So
Riddick's shaking something off. He's been taking a beating down in the paint.
And you were mentioning before we went back on that he was coming back limping to the locker room.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that injury is starting to come back, but he does seem to be looking a little funky, although that might just be his long limbs.
So Riddick makes the first of two. Sadonikas is out for Hancock. Ricks is back on. Again, we talked about it briefly in the first half. Riddick's a great shooter down low, 73%, but he hasn't got any field goals to go down, hasn't attempted many, and he splits a pair at the line. 34-30, Cuesta with the ball back.
Finds an opening.
Bueno, nice shot from the left elbow. 4 points on the night, and leads up to 6 very quickly for the Cougars. It's a 9-1 Cuesta run in the second half, and they force a steal. Wilson Murray, 2-on-1 to Bueno. Nice lay-in.
That was impressive.
Six for Bueno tonight. Bounce pass to Ricks for Hancock. Against Wilson Murray. Try to draw some contact. Offensive foul.
It's another charging.
And that was a push on the part of Spirit Ricks. That is his third. Second team foul for the Bulldogs. Riddick checks out, and back in is Tassin Thomas on the post. No turnovers yet for the Cougars on the press. Wilson Murray trying to save it, and I probably jinxed it.
An interesting exchange there. Trying to bounce it off of the opponent to try and gain possession themselves.
Nice save, and then Cruz picks up the ball and is fouled. It's on Glenn Jordan for Allan Hancock. It is his second.
One of the risks with this sort of highly aggressive defense is you will get called a lot for fouls.
3 team fouls already for the Bulldogs. It's not the best news for Coach I and company. Wilson Murray for a 3. Swish again. That matches the largest lead for the Cougars.
So something that other basketball coaches may notice is that one of the ways that that Cuesta College is breaking that full court press is they are passing. They are spreading out their players, and they are just they're keeping the ball moving, never letting it stay in one person's hands for too long. And that is how you break the full court press.
Hancock has to call another timeout. This is 11 points for Joshua Wilson Murray with that made 3. It's Cuesta 41, Allan Hancock 30, 16-32 remains in regulation. And again, you're watching Cuesta men's basketball on Cuesta HGTV. Coming up later tonight is the presentation for dedicating this gymnasium officially to be Stork Gymnasium. It's already known as that, but we will have the presentation. And then we have the Cuesta Allan Hancock women's basketball matchup later tonight. Tip-off is announced for 7 o'clock. So, once again, this is very similar to what we saw in the first half with Cuesta getting off to an early lead. And what do you think got away from the Bulldogs? Although they had the lead by 2 points coming into the second half. What do you think they got away from?
It wasn't really something that got away from the Bulldogs, but more that something that got into Cuesta College because, like I said, they were breaking that full court press. And one of the things that they do is they kind of so the Bulldogs do is they concentrate their defense toward the top of the court, and they're leaving a lot of open space down low toward the other end. And they keep the ball, if the Cougars keep the ball moving and they just keep passing it, they get a lot of opportunities. Opportunities means potential for buckets. Buckets means points. Points means wins.
We'll take a bit of time to mention right now, this will be a crucial matchup in the WC North standings. Ventura's 4-0 in first place starting off today. Allan Hancock is 3-1, Cuesta's 2-2, and those three teams battling for playoff spots in the state playoffs, and we got a turnover right on the timeout for Hancock. That will not make Coach High very happy. He already was talking to the referees about a few calls in the first half. Hats off to Cuesta for giving their all against a Hancock team that many thought would be the favorites for this matchup. Bueno has his pocket pick, but Cruz is there in the right place to save possession in the corner. Fancini's got the hot hand. Couple threes in the second half. Out to Karras, right elbow jumper. Misses badly off the glass. There's a rebound by Mensah, but he gives it right away to Wilson Murray. Karras a three. Yes!
A sloppy pass from Mike Mensah leads to 3 points for Cuesta.
Definitely not what Hancock wanted to do on that turnover. 3 points in transition. Karras' second three of the game for 8 points. This is now the largest lead for Cuesta, 44-30. Hancock in need of answers.
The crowd getting into it.
And you can hear the stomping of the feet in the background here at Stork Gym. Nice crowd, about 100 or so here tonight. Shot clock's already down to 4 for Johnson. And they call it good on the three. Yeah, and now Cuesta will call a timeout.
Mike Mensah with the sloppy pass that led to 3 points. One of the things that they teach you in high school basketball is you have to make your passes crisp, especially if you're going to make some long passes from like half court or rather 3/4 to 3/4 court. You got to make those passes crisp. You have to put some velocity on it.
Well, the velocity certainly paid off in the long run with Johnson's big three. That cuts the lead down to 11. Largest lead for Cuesta was 14 not too long ago, and now they will have the ball out of their first team timeout they have called tonight. Because of all the team timeouts that have been called, we haven't had a lot of media timeouts necessarily, so we'll again see the full court pressure. The Bulldogs, you would think that if they're going to cut the lead to single digits, they will try to ramp up the intensity at this end of the floor. It hasn't been there so far with a quick passing in the backcourt. That's tipped. Jordan almost got a turnover for Allan Hancock. Fancini for Cuesta, stops right short corner. Karras wide open, but it's around and out. Wilson Murray, though, puts it back up. No, that is not good either. And Ricks collects a big board for the Bulldogs.
Karras looked like he was looking for something on that smack
nice
of the
drive by
backboard.
Johnson. That doesn't go. And then they call a foul on
that previous possession. Looks like one of the Allan Hancock players smacked the backboard and moved around the bucket a little bit. And Karras, it seemed like he was looking for something on that, but I don't know if there's a call for that. I don't know if is that goaltending.
Well, the foul was on Thomas, so we know that there was contact somewhere. And the officials have the best look at it. That is the second for Thomas. Quick 3-on-2. Karras a right corner three. Around and out, though.
Harris looking
Hancock's
for
on the run. Nice job by Wilson Murray to tip it. Even though the Bulldogs keep possession, that would have potentially stopped. Would have stopped a potential lane, excuse me. So Jordan sets up the offense for the Bulldogs.
Trying to get something going here.
Nice drive to the right block. Count the bucket and the foul.
Seemed to go overneath the Cuesta defense and drawing the foul for the and one opportunity.
The Mitchell is back on the floor for Allan Hancock. Trenton Mitchell replacing Tassin Thomas. And now Jordan will try to convert a three-point play. He was in the situation earlier tonight, but he missed the free throw. This time he makes it. So it's converted the old-fashioned way. It's Cuesta 44, Allan Hancock 36. 14:06 remains in the second half.
Allan Hancock putting that back on, that full court pressure.
And the Bulldogs are on a 6-0 run in progress. Karras circling on the right wing. Cruz getting past the pressure. Shot clock's down to 7 for Bueno. Got to do something. He drives inside. Nice take all the way to the basket by Bueno. Great improvisation.
Bowling it into the basket.
The glass is your friend in that case. Leads up to 10 for the Cougars. It's a 3 by Ricks. Switch for him. 8 for Ricks. Unofficially, that leads the Cougars scorers for the game. 46-39. Cuesta's ahead by 7. Fancini stops left wing. Now they'll set up the offense. Wilson Murray, long 3 almost, but it's off the front of the rim.
He had the
Chasing
angle,
it down
but not
is
the distance.
Cooper. He gets out of it from off the bench. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Down low is Ricks. Saving, Fancini tried to save. Stepped out of bounds.
Trying to play a little soccer here. That is the incorrect sport.
Oh, kickball. Okay, you had a better view of that than I did.
Yeah, he used his foot right there. You know, there is a foul explicitly for that kickball.
Oh, it's a violation technically, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
But yes, and we all do too. So it's nice steal forced by Wilson Murray. Bueno, a 3 right wing, around and out. And tipped by Karras, and he's fouled in the baseline. Loose ball foul. It is on Silman for the Bulldogs, and it's his first and the 5th team foul. Excuse me, the 5th team foul.
That's a great box out. Back one.
You might be able to hear some of the coaches shouting at their players, trying to make something happen from the bench.
Fancini thought about the 3, but nice defense on the inbound. Mid-range shot instead, but that misses off right iron. Johnson's there on the rebound. We got a technical foul?
What?
That appears to be a technical foul on Alexander Fancini. Earlier in the first half, he was definitely running the lips a little bit, but then said something that the referees didn't like. This will be 2 free throws automatically. Diego Lucas will take them for Hancock.
Something you do not do. You do not make the referees angry, because otherwise something like this will happen, and that's free points.
This will be 2 free throws in the ball. Lucas makes the first. And also the second.
You can disagree with the ref all you want, but calling him names will not do you any good.
By the way, Fancini is no longer in the game. They pulled him, likely to just calm him down. Of course, every coach has a different thing they use, treating technical fouls for their own players. 27th-year head coach Rusty Blair's been around for a while. Not quite sure what he'll do. We'll see what happens later on in the second half, but I know that there are other coaches that punish that a little more harshly for their players, to the point where they may not see the floor again after picking up a technical. We'll find out. Still the ball is Hancock. Mitchell on the left post. Tough pass, but they found Johnson. Starting to drive is Ricks, 10 to shoot. Tough fadeaway jumper, that misses. And the rebound's picked up by Wilson Murray for Cuesta. After the long stoppage with the technical on Fancini, this will be an important possession to try to get the momentum back if possible. And there's a foul on the ball called on the Bulldogs. Johnson with a hand check on the perimeter. That is his second. 16th foul. Ricks gets a rest for the Bulldogs, and back in is Will Silman. 11:49 is what remains in regulation.
One more team foul from the Bulldogs, and they'll give a one-on-one opportunity to the Cougars.
One foul away from the single bonus. Bueno a bounce pass to Cruz. He's got the height advantage. And a blocking foul. Feet just not set by Lucas, who knew that he had a big disadvantage height-wise. If you look at the height, Lucas is 5'11", and Cruz is 6'5".
6-inch difference.
And that is I believe it's the second on Lucas. 17 fouls, so now it's 1-1 for Cruz. First trip on the line this evening. First one misses. A lot of these 1-1s have been misses by both teams. The Bulldogs with the ball, trailing by 5 points. Lucas, a nice spin move, fancy footwork, but he can't get the mid-range shot to go down. Another board by Wilson Murray. For a guard, he's done a nice job boxing out down there.
You don't see that often in a guard.
Not to mention at this level. Bueno, tough two from the outside. Won't stay, but Cruz, you got to love the effort from him going down to the floor in the middle of the key, trying to tap it out. Just couldn't catch it back. Oh. We'll mop the floor up a little bit here with Cruz going down. Lucas, a nice drive. And he makes the lay, a nice defense, but that's just a better move on the offensive end. 10 points for Lucas. Down to a 3-point Cuesta lead. Wilson Murray trying to double it. Not quite with a 3. Cruz fouled underneath the basket, though. It is on the Bulldogs. We'll get 1-1 from the line once again. It's a foul on Sadonikas. It's his second. 8th team foul.
Team fouls beginning to be a problem for Allan Hancock.
Remember, we still have 10:32 left on the game clock. That is potentially a lot of opportunities for free throw attempts if Hancock keeps fouling. The score this close, it'll be a factor. Cruz makes the first of what will now be 2. Thomas is back in, replacing Mitchell down low for the visiting side. And he makes a pair. 48-43 Cuesta, 10.5 minutes left in the game. And it looks like a fan might have just been thrown out.
What?
Yes. And it looks like he is leaving on his own power. At least we think he is for now.
Appears to be someone from Allan Hancock as the bench, and Allan Hancock fans are cheering him on. Still, you just can't run onto the court in the middle of the game. That's
oh, what was he running on the court? I was looking down here at the opposite end.
He might have been. I don't know. I don't know what he was doing, but
you don't necessarily have to be on the court. If you say something, sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell the officials were trying to take control of the game. They called the technical on Alexander Fancini earlier for Cuesta, now ejecting a fan. Shot is blocked, but foul nonetheless. Looked like a clean block from Bueno, but he got a bit of the arm nonetheless, using the opposite hand, so that is his second. And just the 4th team foul for Cuesta. They've done a good job not fouling in the half, but it's still 2 free throws for Lucas. First one goes down.
You might have heard some of the Cuesta fans try to make a little bit of a ruckus to distract the free throw attempt.
So that is 11 points for Diego Lucas, still at the line, leading all scorers for Hancock. Sadonikas is checked out. Ricks is now back on. And the second free throw also drops. It's 48-45 Cougars. They have led most of this game. Started with a 13-2 run. Hancock had a 29-27 lead at the half. Then Cuesta built up their lead to 14 points. And since then, Hancock's gotten on a bit of a run. This, I believe, is a 15-4 Bulldogs run. Fancini back in the game after the technical in a breast. Draws the contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Contact up in the air for Mensa for his second.
Free throws.
9th team foul.
Free throws are going to become something big, especially for Cuesta, since they got them early, and there's still over almost 10 minutes left in this half.
Well, Fancini actually leads Cuesta in free throw attempts on the year, shooting 79%. He makes the first, and if we're looking at just percentages, free throw percentage leader for Cuesta is Bueno, who is at 82%. So if it gets close in the final few minutes, those are the 2 players that Hancock does not want to foul. Second free throw for Fancini. He makes a pair. Back up to a 5-point advantage for Cuesta, trying to get 27th-year head coach Rusty Blair his 500th career win. Less than 10 minutes away from doing that, at least if we're talking game minutes. Lucas, nice drive, putting it on the floor briefly, but it won't stay.
A lot of commotion down in the paint, and he steals it back and puts it right in.
Well, good hustle by Lucas. Saunders just wasn't watching from behind. And that has the Hancock bench very loud. Saunders kicking it out, wide open, a 3 for Bueno, won't stay. Offensive rebound though, Wilson Murray, new shot clock, second chance opportunity. Fancini has the mismatch, kicks it out,
Wide
Cruz
open
a
three.
left corner 3. Misses off the right iron. Rebound's picked up by Jordan. Down low, nice pass to Thomas and an easy lay-in.
One thing
6 for Thomas.
something keen-eyed viewers might have noticed was Taston Thomas hustling down the court to get to that into position to receive that pass.
Absolutely. So Cuesta uses a timeout, and just like that, it's a 19-6 Hancock run dating back to earlier in the second half. It's Cuesta 50, Allan Hancock 49, with 8:47 left in the game, and you're watching Cuesta men's basketball here on Cuesta HGTV. This is Max Meilander along with Allan Fay, and it's starting to look like this is going to be close for the rest of the way, Alden.
Yeah.
What do you see happening potentially in the next few minutes?
Potentially full court press. That's something that was early on in the game that made quite a bit of a difference. It seemed like early in this half, Cuesta seemed to find a way to break it, but something in between then and now has changed a little bit. The full court press becoming a little bit oppressive. The other thing that's going to be big is our free throws and team fouls. At the moment, the Bulldogs have 9 team fouls. One more, and the next foul they accrue will be a double bonus, which would mean 2 free throws, and that's going to be the possibility for more points. And a game this close with a 1-point difference, 1 point, well, that adds up even in this close, point after point after point.
Certainly, Hancock will have to try to minimize the fouls if they can. Both teams missing quite a few free throws for the game, though. So, again, it will be a factor, but most likely. There's the pressure. Fancini sees an opening. Nice pass ahead to Saunders. And great ball movement. Cruz, a left corner three. How about that?
Around the arc.
Nice call by Coach Blair out of a timeout. And 12 points for Iker Cruz. Had some nice balanced scoring by Cuesta's players. We'll get you those numbers in just a moment. The lead is 4, and Fancini steals it away, fouled in the backcourt. He was going in the middle of a double team. Jordan ends up fouling. That is his third. And that right there will be the 10th team foul. So Cuesta will be in the double bonus for the last 8-10 of the second half. Huge call.
This is going to be big for Cuesta in terms of 3 points and unpressured points, because something that's been sort of notable throughout this game is the Allan Hancock pressure from full court.
Fancini makes the first of 2, up to 11 points for the game. JT Riddick is back on. 6'9" post, blocking a lot of shots late in the first half. See if that comes back.
He's also been taking a lot of hits.
Yes, he was limping earlier. We'll see if that continues to be a factor as well.
We'll see if this little respite has given him any more bursts of energy to go off of.
Fancini makes another pair as the Cuesta lead is up to 6. He has 12 points. Joshua Wilson-Murray has 12. And Iker Cruz has 12. And Fancini steals again.
One-on-one.
Nice Euro step.
Euro step. That
straight from here's France.
Questionable no call from the ref, but I'm not a ref, so what do I know?
Oh, certainly Coach I had a few words for the officials on that Euro step.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are family friendly.
Well, Cuesta will certainly take the 8-point lead, though. 8 to shoot for Lucas. He's got to get something up, and he gets bailed out with a foul at the free throw line.
He's very lucky that that foul came in. Otherwise, he jumped. He jumped while holding the ball with both hands. That's a travel. You can't do that.
It's on Fancini. Meanwhile, for Allan Hancock, Sadonikis is back in replacing Spirit Ricks.
Fancini might be in a little bit of foul trouble here.
Well, it's his third. Excuse me, his fourth. Yeah. I've got to remember that the numbers here are the opposite from what I'm used to seeing here. It's his fourth because the technical counted as a foul and his foul total. So he's 1 foul away from fouling out. And with the way he's been going, he wants to try to avoid picking up the 5th, obviously. Yeah. So after the inbound, Jordan has a nice floater from the middle, but that won't stay either. Mensah picks up the offensive rebound. Nice take and a lay-in. First field goal for Mensah. He shoots well on the year. Looking at the stats as the lead is cut down to 6 for Cuesta. 58% is Mensah from the field.
Bueno trying to get something set up.
Cruz on the left wing has 10 on the shot clock. Nowhere to go, left short corner. Free throw line jumper by Saunders. Won't stay. Fancini offensive rebound.
A lot of shot contact down in the paint.
Riddick blocks it.
Opportunity.
Mensah underneath the basket draws the foul.
Draws the foul before going for a short jog with the ball.
Very important that the foul was, of course, before the jog.
Yeah.
And it'll be on Bueno. That is his third. They say it was before the shot, so we'll have an inbounds for Hancock. And Johnson will check out and he will replace Lucas, who goes back to the Allan Hancock bench.
These inbounds play a little bit of a niche sort of category in terms of plays, but they can be very effective in terms of scoring points and building momentum.
Sadonikis underneath. Can't get it to go. Still tipped. After all that, they say it's off of Sadonikis last.
Tried to volleyball it into
into
the bucket. That was something we used to do when we played volleyball. We would, the buckets were down. Sometimes we'd be setting the ball to each other. We'd try and get it into the basket from as far away as we could as possible. One guy made a 3-pointer.
You know, Alden, I do have to say I envy you slightly. They didn't have any boys volleyball up in Oregon where I grew up. So Karras has just checked in for Cuesta off the bench.
Speaking of long passes,
Karras for 3 off of 1. It misses off the right of the rim. The rebound's plugged in by Sadonikas for Allan Hancock. Cooper driving inside, but it's poked away and stolen by Fancini for Cuesta. Done well so far with 6 minutes left in the game to avoid picking up the 5th foul, and Cuesta has a 6-point lead. 6 minutes away from giving Rusty Blair his 500th career win, leading Cuesta. Fancini picks it up right wing. Out to Cruz on the short corner. Shot clock's down to 10 once again. Cruz muscling inside, but he travels with the ball and will go the other way. Spirit Ricks back in the game for the Bulldogs.
More substitutions from the Bulldogs, getting that constant rotation of fresh and rested bodies.
It certainly has been a theme throughout the whole game. He's come in for Cooper. Hancock goes deep in the rotation with all the talented guys they have on their roster. You've got to make everybody happy if possible. But they're down by 6. Down low is Thomas against Cruz. Tough shot, nice bank.
Using his physical statue to get that short free throw, get that short field goal.
57-53, Cuesta leads. 5:14 left in the second half. Bueno, right wing 3, wide open, it's good. Huge shot, timeout, Hancock.
And that's what happens when you leave the shot, when you leave a shot taker wide open for 3 points. They will take a shot and they will likely make it.
Bueno shoots 41% from beyond the 3-point line. That was his first make from beyond the arc tonight. Huge make. Cuesta 60, Allan Hancock 53, 5:07 left in the second half here. Again, you're listening to Cuesta men's basketball here on Cuesta HDTV. What a make right there, Alden. It just seems like every time Hancock cuts into the lead, you've got a big bucket like that from a shooter that's wide open.
Yeah. I'm actually somewhat surprised that Allan Hancock has been able to keep it this close. It seems like a lot of the time Cuesta has been in control of the ball. They seem to have a bit more possession time. We don't have track of those kinds of stats, but if we did, we would probably see a noticeable difference in between the possession time that Cuesta's had the ball and that Allan Hancock has had the ball.
It's also amazing that we're even at the point where we're saying that Allan Hancock has been down and trying to keep it close, because again, we came into this game thinking that they might have the upper hand most of the way. They have an 18-4 record. Cuesta's just 15-7. So you could argue the Bulldogs were the favorites, and they've been outplayed most of this game.
That is true.
Johnson up top on the right wing. Out to Lucas. Out of the Hancock timeout. Already 10 to shoot. Lucas cutting on the baseline, try to find Sadonikas outside. Cuesta tips it out of bounds. The shot clock will go to 7 seconds.
They don't have a whole lot of time to get something done, and they need to get something done in order to chip into this lead.
You usually have enough time with just 7 seconds to get a couple passes underway, so we'll see what happens on this inbound by Ricks. Guarded by Wilson Murray here. It's tipped, and holding on to it is Thomas with his height. And the shot clock somehow reset. Not sure why it did, but at any rate, we have a foul on the Cougars. It's on Bueno. That is his 4th as well. So both Bueno and Fancini, who are 2 big free throw shooters for the Cougars for the year, have 4 fouls each. That is big, even though Hancock has 10 team fouls and Cuesta only has 7. So Thomas goes to the line for 1 and 1. Misses on the right of the rim, offensive rim, and Sadonikas fouled right away. Not a good foul by Cuesta at all.
More fouls, more free throws.
And another technical foul. And this goes on Wilson Murray. He's trying to tell Coach Blair, I didn't say one word to the officials. So both Wilson Murray and Fancini have gotten called for technicals on Cuesta's side.
Refs seem to have a little bit of a discussion about this. Not sure what to call it. But
you also have to remember as well, Alden, this is community college ball. A lot of these guys are trying to eventually go up to higher levels. Anywhere, D3, D2, D1 if you're lucky, maybe NAIA, small school. There's a lot on the line in terms of trying to finish out a career, and you see a lot of that emotion spilling out on the court sometimes.
yeah, My dad always told me you cannot get emotional on the court. You have to wait for either on the bench or after the game, but you do not take it out on the opponents or on the refs or on your fellow teammates. You just have to deal with it at that time. If you don't like the call, you don't have to tell the ref, "Hey, ref, I don't like that call," or something a little bit nastier, because they will do something like this. They will call you for a technical.
Lucas again at the foul line. He was also at the foul line after the Fancini technical. 76% foul shooter, and he has made all 4 of the technical free throws tonight. If it weren't for those, it would be a 9-point Cuesta lead. Instead, it's just 5 points. These are the things that sometimes matter when the game is this close very late. And now we've got Wilson Murray and Cruz for Cuesta trying to talk to one of the officials, and Johnson for Allan Hancock is also into this discussion. And of course, we had a foul before the technical anyway, so now we're going to get a 1-and-1 situation. That was the 9th team foul.
Both teams in double bonus with 4.5 minutes to go. Free throws are going to be a factor.
Both teams have missed free throws. For Cuesta, the main free throw shooter in terms of makes tonight has been Fancini, who has gone 4 for 4. Lucas, because of the technical free throws, has gone 6 for 6. Right here at Saudonikis, he makes 1 of 2, and all of his points have come from the free throw line. 3 points on 3 of 3, shooting from the charity stripe, as they sometimes call the foul line.
Charity stripe. I've never heard that one before. Well, you learn something new every day.
Sure enough, he makes a pair. That is 4 free throws on the possession if you count the technical.
Cutting that lead down significantly.
Just down to 3 points, 60-57 Cuesta with 4.5 minutes to go in the game.
Anything beyond the arc for the Bulldogs will tie it up.
Bueno and Fancini still in the game for Cuesta with 4 fouls. Fancini bounce pass to Wilson Murray. Fancini with 9 to shoot, tough 2. It misses off the left of the iron, but the offensive rebound picked up by Cruz in the left corner, new shot clock. Cruz muscling inside, nice take, easy lay-in, spinning to his left. 14 for Iker Cruz, big bucket by Cuesta.
Big buckets from the big man for Cuesta.
Johnson from the left wing. Fancini's got to be careful here. Pass to Lucas. Back to Johnson, in on the shot clock.
Speaking of careful, the Cuesta's 2 guards with 4 fouls. Got to be careful to not foul.
3. It hit the edge of the rim to beat the buzzer, but Wilson Murray gets the easy board for the Cougars.
Might have noticed Fancini pulling back a little bit on that contested shot attempt.
And here we go. You're starting to get into crunch time for this game. Huge possession on offense for Cuesta. Make from the field would make it a 3-point game. Fancini from the free throw line misses. And they say it's off of Cruz's hands last for Cuesta, out of bounds to Allan Hancock. Jordan and Thomas are back on. They will replace Mitchell and Johnson.
This is looking to be a close game.
2-point basket would make it a 3-point lead. A 3-pointer would cut it down to 2. Jordan around Fancini. No whistle. Jordan now has an easy right elbow jumper. Of course, Fancini can't do a lot of complaining. That cuts the lead down to
Kick
3.
Ball violation.
Looks like it's called on the Bulldogs. And they're trying to get the shot clock reset. Yes, they will. The Mensa has come on for the Bulldogs, replacing Saudonikis. So now they're going to stick with what the shot clock was at before they reset it. It's to 27. Even with a kickball, they're saying the shot clock should stay how it is. Now they're talking about it. Trying to double check that they've got that rule correct, especially with how close the game is very late.
Every little detail matters in a close game.
Several hundred here on the edge of their seats at Stork Gymnasium. They get the inbound into Cruz. It'll be big for Jorge Bueno. But nice passing and a foul right at midcourt. And that is frustration for Spirit Ricks. That is his 4th. And again, Cuesta's in the double bonus. That is 2 free throws automatically.
Cuesta with the chance to make it a multi-possession game. Allan Hancock, coach, not happy.
Well, Coach Blair is actually calling out 4 of his 5 guys against where Cruz is shooting to talk over a few things. That doesn't faze Cruz at all. He makes the first, and he's 3 of 4 from the foul line tonight, leading all scorers with 15 points. Correction, he's leading Cuesta with 15 points. Lucas leads Allan Hancock with 16. And now Cruz has 16 himself. 2 big free throws, and now Hancock will use time. It's Cuesta 64, Allan Hancock 59 with 2:37 to go in the second half. Just a few minutes after this game concludes, we will get you the official dedication for Stork Gymnasium. That'll be exciting, but so will the end of this game. No doubt that Hancock will be trying everything they can to salvage a win from this after trailing most of the night. What do you see them potentially doing out of this timeout, Alden?
I potentially see them perhaps discussing their fouls because, like I've said this multiple times throughout the broadcast, fouls are something big, especially with that last set of free throws. Cuesta now is up multiple possessions, barring some miracles of a 5-point play, which I don't think exists. Allan Hancock has to go up and down the court twice in order to tie the game or take the lead.
Cuesta, again, has been in the bonus for most of the second half, and they've been in the double bonus for the last few minutes. And you go back again to the free throws. Again, 2 technicals called on Cuesta's side, with Lucas shooting 6 of 6 from the foul line. But Cuesta, to their credit, has done a great job recuperating, calling in the troops after those technicals, and getting some clutch buckets afterwards. That, more than anything, you could argue, has prevented the Bulldogs from taking any lead in the second half. They only led once in this entire game. That was on a lay-in to beat the buzzer at the end of the first half. They led 29-27 at the half. Cuesta then got a 44-30 lead. Since then, Hancock's made it close. This is a big possession out of the timeout. 2:27 left in the game. Bulldogs trailing by 5. Lucas down to the block. Tough take. Can't get it. And Cruz, with a good box out, gets the rebound for Cuesta. Big moment for Fancini. Can the Frenchman come up big? No, he turns it over.
Diego, don't come at it from the side.
So Sadonikas
And go at it.
replaces Thomas for Hancock. Bulldogs can, again, cut it down to a 3-point lead with a 2-point shot. Cut it down to 2 with a 3-point make. Sadonikas saves on the left corner. Nice drive inside against Wilson Murray, and he lays it in. First field goal for Sadonikas.
Seemingly willing himself and the ball to go into the paint, into the basket.
64-61 Cuesta, 1:40 left in the game. Every possession becomes more crucial. Hand off to Fancini. Takes for the dribble. Got to help him. Bounce pass to Wilson Murray. Fade away. That goes in! What a shot by Joshua Wilson Murray.
That was an impressive shot, and I couldn't tell from our angle, but it seemed like it was almost behind the backboard, and with the left-handed shot.
14
that
points. Lucas tries to get it back. Won't stay. Rebounds picked up by Karras for Cuesta, then stolen back by Jordan underneath the basket.
Rips it from the hands.
Sadonikas at the left elbow draws the blocking foul, goes to the line for 2. This will go on Karras for his 3rd. Both teams will now be in the double bonus for the last 1:04. This is actually the 4th on Karras, excuse me. A few of the fans getting loud as Sadonikas makes the first of 2.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Fouls are critical. If you foul too many times, you'll foul out. If your team fouls too many times, you'll get situations like these where in this case, the Bulldogs have a chance to make it a 3-point game, which means now one possession, one 3-pointer will tie it up.
Sadonikas checks out after shooting the free throws. Riddick comes back in. They want his height in, but he'll be the goalie, if you will, on this press.
Full court pressure coming back into play.
Well, Hancock has done this most of the game. We shouldn't be too shocked at this. Fancini almost traveled, but he did well to keep the 5th foot on the ground just enough. 51 seconds left in the game. Can Cuesta hold on?
Cuesta's delaying the clock as much as possible. They want to keep the possessions that Allan Hancock has down to a minimum.
6 to shoot. Fancini long 3. It misses off the rim of the glass. Rebounds collected by Mensah for Hancock. Now the Bulldogs can tie it with a 3-pointer. Shot clock is still on. 6-7 jerseys, shot clock and game clock. Jordan cuts in. Floater. Won't stay. Ball's loose. Picked up by Karras.
Now all they got to do is hold it.
Now the shot clock is off, and Hancock will have to foul likely. Wilson Murray gets rid of it. Here's Fancini, and there's the foul. So now Cuesta just has to continue making the free throws, and they will likely get the victory, which would be number 500 for Rusty Blair in his 27th year coaching this team. It's the 3rd on Diego Lucas for Allan Hancock. Fancini's overcome some things in this game with a 1 technical, but he has 14 points, many of them coming in the second half, and very calm and collected. The freshman out of Hyères, France.
Ever tell you about the one time I fouled out in a YMCA game?
What happened, Alden?
I fouled out in a YMCA game. It was a situation similar to this where it's sort of a close game and you got to get into the double bonus or regular bonus or whatever, and I was the only one that was willing to take the fouls, and I fouled out of a YMCA game.
Fancini misses the first, and then a bad turnover by Ricks.
Simply tossing it seemingly to his bench, either that or his intended target just wasn't paying attention.
You just cannot have those types of miscommunications if you're Hancock trailing by 4 with just 12.2 left. That is a huge mistake.
Barring an and 1 on a 3-pointer, this is pretty much all over.
We have a timeout. This, I believe, is a timeout on Hancock. Coach Blair wants to talk something over with the referees just to make sure they're on the same page.
This mini comeback, while possible, is incredibly improbable.
Oh, the first thing Hancock needs is a turnover here.
That is true, but
they would have to turn it over if they can on the inbounds. If not, they have to foul to stop the clock because the shot clock's turned off.
One thing we have relied on throughout the duration of this game is the Allan Hancock defense behind the half-court line. Their full court press, constantly a nuisance throughout the game for Cuesta.
Well, Hancock needs the press to come up big, most likely. It looks like Coach Blair is just going to have this team keep the ball right where it is around half court in front of us, from my understanding. So again, this is 12.2 seconds left. Cuesta has the ball ahead 67-63. Big free throw make by Fancini. He split a pair, but that still makes it a 2-possession game. And they'll be pressing, no doubt about it. Cruz will inbound to our right. Long to Murray. Nice head to Wilson Murray. And is it out of bounds or a foul here? Looks like it was.
Either way, Wilson Murray.
It was a foul.
Either way, Wilson Murray kind of taking a little bit of a beating to his coccyx, it looked like.
Third foul on Glenn Jordan. Nice job by Wilson Murray to just break out of the set from that inbounds, and he makes the first of 2. Both teams in the double bonus again, and lead is up to 5 for Cuesta. This is just about all but over. So congratulations certainly to 27th year head coach Rusty Blair, which will be likely career win number 500. Hancock will use another timeout. They still have timeouts remaining.
May as well use them. Got nothing else to do.
So you talk about the way that Cuesta has basically overcame some of these pushes late in the game by Hancock, holding on to get this win. What do you think this is going to do in terms of the confidence later in the year, Alden?
Well, it'll definitely give them a little bit of a boost in terms of they know they can overcome some of these barriers, such as sort of the height difference. One of the things I've noticed just looking at sort of the height is that Allan Hancock definitely has the advantage in terms of height. They have also overcome the full court press. One of the things that they've noticed is that if they can keep the ball in their possession, they can it prevents the other team, in this case Allan Hancock, from getting the ball, and it allows them to just sort of control the game. And control is the name of the game. You can control the ball, you can make baskets, points, wins games, yada yada yada.
I get what you're getting at.
Yeah.
So we have 10.2 seconds left in the second half, and again, Wilson Murray's going to be making his second of 2 free throws. Hancock used a timeout in between the free throw attempts. Now I got something loose on the floor, and picking that up is Tassin Thomas. Not a bad game for Thomas tonight with 7 points off the bench. It's just a lot of his teammates haven't gotten double-figure scoring, and Wilson Murray makes a pair to just about put all the icing on the cake. 69-63 Cuesta, 7 seconds left.
Barring some miracle.
Johnson a 3. Tipped by Fancini. Try to beat the buzzer. It drops down for Johnson, but it will not be enough to come back. That is 500 career wins for Coach Rusty Blair in his 27th year coaching Cuesta. He's been the only head coach for this program. Hats off to that gentleman.
Congratulations to Coach Blair, indeed, as they roll out.
They roll out the podium for the dedication
Yes.
to officially credit the name as the Stork Gymnasium. So we'll step away in just a moment. What a arguably upset victory for Cuesta at home. Your final scores, Cuesta 69, Allan Hancock 66. We're just getting started with a presentation coming up, and then the women's matchup between these two schools coming up afterwards. The teams will be obviously doing the obligatory handshakes and the good games, passing around, and that 3 did count at the end by Johnson, but with the lead as big as it was by Cuesta, it didn't make a difference in the final outcome, and Cuesta will now give the crowd a round of applause. Huge win. They'll improve to 3-2 in the WSC North standings. Allan Hancock will fall to 3-2, and this is an important step for Cuesta in terms of trying to get back to the state playoffs. Now for the presentation, we'll step away.
to recognize the depth and breadth of the work of Dr. Gilbert H. Stork and his unique contributions supporting student success, and it voted to name the gymnasium in his honor. Dr. Stork joined Cuesta College in 1967 as the assistant football coach and mathematics instructor. And yes, I said football coach. He is 51 years at Cuesta, includes service as Dean of Instruction, Assistant Superintendent Vice President for Student Services, and Superintendent President. Dr. Stork was a key facilitator in establishing the Promise Scholarship for our local students, and then he expanded it to 2 years. Dr. Stork was instrumental in garnering public support for the passage of Measure L, the first bond measure in support of the college in more than 40 years. Dr. Stork's service extended beyond the campus boundaries to include serving and chairing multiple boards of directors for educational and nonprofit organizations, and serving as a volunteer auctioneer, successfully raising more than $2.3 million for the nonprofits in the local schools. Dr. Stork is the longest serving employee in Cuesta College's history and is commended for his untiring and selfless commitment to higher education, to Cuesta College, and to the San Luis Obispo County community. He has been my friend for 41 years. He's been a person that I have admired, a role model, and a person of great integrity. And now, please join me in welcoming Director of Athletics, Mr. Bob Mariucci.
Thank you, Dr. George. And yes, good job, Cougars. Way to go, coach player. Great job. All right, Dr. Stork, on behalf of all the student athletes here, the coaches, a lot of coaches and athletes in the house here tonight, we just want to congratulate you on a tremendous, outstanding 51 years here. Outstanding career, and we were very excited about this evening. So I also want to thank you for your support over that whole time. Not only with Coach Warren Hansen and myself, but you've been tremendous support to Cuesta College Athletics. We can't thank you enough for that, okay? So thank you. Our student athletes here tonight, first of all, they're excited about competing in the Gilbert H. Stork Gymnasium here for generations to come. With me tonight are Josh Wilson Murray from men's basketball, Maddie Collins from women's basketball, Taylor Rasmussen from women's volleyball, and Humphrey Query from men's wrestling. Gil, we just want to say once again, congratulations, thank you. But we did get a little gift for you this evening. We'd like to have you come up and give our little gift right here. In memory of 51 years.
In 1968 when I was coaching at San Luis High School. Anyway, this is really a humbling experience to be able to have the board bestow this honor on my behalf. Athletics has been an extremely important part of my life. You know, as a young student athlete at San Luis High School many years ago, athletics was the way I found a home. Coaches became my mentors. They became that pseudo dad that I was looking for. And it taught me a lot about, you know, all the cliche things you hear. It taught me about belonging. It taught me about responsibility. It taught me about that a team was more than you. It was a collective effort to find success. It taught me about leadership. It really taught me how to be a president of a college, which is about getting the best performance out of a group of people that have different talents and all working for the same goal. It also taught me that it's just a game, and it's not more than life. And so I learned to leave things on the field. So when I went home at night, I had another part of my life. I had a wife and children and a family that I had responsibility for. So it became part of it. And I always want to say thank you to Warren Hansen, my good friend, who, if I hadn't met him in 1965 when he came to Cuesta College from West Covina to be an assistant football coach, and we became friends. And then later he became the head football coach in 1967 and suggested to me that I ought to think about coming to Cuesta College. And I said, you gotta be kidding. I said, why would I want to come out to the barracks and there were cows on campus and why would I want to do that, you know? Well, 51 years later, now I want to thank Dr. Martinez, who was the president, vice president at the time, and became the second president, and became an extremely important mentor to me throughout my whole career. Thank you, Frank. And lastly, I want to thank my family. My wife, Jan, my daughter, Shelley, my son, Greg, and children, Gus and Felix, who are here. They represent 20% of my grandchildren. And my two children represent 40% of my children, so. Anytime you want to shoot some hoops or take a shower, let me know and you can come over to Stork Gym. We'll invite you. So thank you very much, and good luck to that lady. Thank you very much.